YouTube, what's good? Matt Kennedy here. Welcome to a special edition video. It is June 10th. Happy Monday. Hope you guys are all having a safe and happy start to your week. It's very important from year to year to think about the changes that could occur with EA Sports in their Madden NFL video game. Not just in their content, but also the gameplay. And also, it's very important to reflect not only on the game aspect, but your own aspects, right? Your own scheme, your own playbook, and whatever. I know a lot of people they do pay for ebooks or the Professor GG play, the online Mutt Guru, whatever it's called, right? My advice for you guys again is always to try to have your own spin on things and like learn actual adjustments because although I can't say that I lab and I sit there and I do my own thing, right? Like all the time, like I still have my own way of doing things in a way, and I feel like that's what makes you a better player in the long run, if that makes sense. Because if all you're gonna do is just adjust to the meta and whatever, like the meta literally changes every year. And if you don't believe me, trust me, Dollar has been way more effective in 23 than 24. And now we go into 25, who knows what's gonna happen. So be careful in learning metas because again, not only can the actual game physics change, but also the abilities can change from year to year. And if abilities change, that may affect the meta. So, as we go into the game and things like that, the first change that I really want to see, it's just common sense for next year's game, is I just want to see solo battles and MUT champs. I want to see them have top 100 again. It really just makes it just more fun. Now I do like how this was the first year. I hope my memory serves me right. This was the first year that we had it where it was all week, right? Again, I'm being serious. Like my mind is just going a little bit, right? It's either the first or second year that we had all week to play MUT champs from Friday to Friday. I think it was the first year. I have no problem with that, but, like, you can still implement a top 100. You get 25 games, doesn't really matter when you play them, all on Friday or all on Thursday night procrastination, there should still be a top 100 system, It keeps the motivation, it's the tournament aspect, it's just it makes the games more fun. If you're just playing like, why even have the top 100 leaderboard? Why even have? I mean, just to have smiles? I mean, I get it. The game is made for fun, but that was supposed to be one of the more if there was a competitive aspect of the game, that's what it was hardcore. I do like the seasons being, oh wait, sorry. It's right there in my champs leaderboard. Sorry. Sorry. Why are we having legend MVP if it doesn't even matter anymore? Like, I know we had the comp pass stuff and you get good, like, the MUT champs is the best comp points you can get, but you have to give us more rewards than just comp points. You just have to. If not, that game mode lost its validity. Um, or not really validity, but just like the reputation. So I love how regular seasons are literally only 5 games to go to the playoffs. I really enjoy that. So I would not change seasons at all. The only thing I would change is just please, 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 please update the trophy packs more than you have. Squads also could try to have a revival. But I don't really care about squad as much because that always has server issues and all that stuff. I'm more inclined about MUT drafts. EA has a decision. People had so much fun with ranked drafts for the actual NFL draft promo back in April and early May. There was a draft event where people could literally like enter coins and buy tickets to enter the event. You draft a team and then whatever, right? The reason why I love MUT drafts is if you sell your whole team for the Christmas promo or for the Halloween promo or for the NFL playoffs promo or team of the year, right? You can still play the game with a bad team because you're drafting a team. And the rewards are still lucrative, right? If they do it correctly. So my big thing with this is just can you bring back MUT drafts? And if not, just take it out of the game. Because why is it even there? It's a joke. The rewards are a joke. Bring it back to the MUT 16 days. If you were not there in MUT 16 with the OBJ and the cover when ranked events first started for MUT drafts, you missed out. House rules, I really enjoyed. I still miss the old house rule awards, but I mean, I played house rules probably as low as I could have this year. It's not always necessary for the promo field passes. Like for example, the Crucible field pass, the Team of the Year field pass, the Combine field pass, right? Things like that, right? Like there are always going to be house rules for XP for that field pass, but more times than not, there are actually workarounds if you do your solos, if you do all of your head to head objectives, if you do all your sets, you don't have to play house rules, but still max out your fuel pass. So, same thing with the MUT draft. If you're going to do it more legitly. Give us a little bit better rewards or not as many wins for it. Like 60 wins is ridiculous. So, that can be definitely tweaked. I have no issues with solos. I'm not even going to talk about solos. I like solos. They're shorter this year. They gave us goods. I think two free legends, two free ultimate legends. They gave us a lot of free cards from solos. A free 99 for the weekly wild cards. You're not going to hear me complain about solo challenges this year. I think really just the big thing as well is just you have to address KOs. And this is more for Ultimate Team than franchise, because in franchise or general Madden gameplay, when you act, I sold my team here, but besides BNDs, which I kept my BNDs because as you can see, I have enough BNDs where I still have a somewhat decent team that's playable with. If there is a season 7 component where you have to grind for rookie premieres, I'll put a team together, grind for some free premieres and whatever, right? But the zone KOs are the biggest ability that gave me issues for like pretty much the back end of the year. Again, from August to January, you're pretty much fine. But once you get February on, February was the Super Bowl promo with all the KOs of like Shadavius Ward and all those other cards, right? Like pretty much, we were seeing KOs everywhere. And so my big thing is just saying, how can we maybe nerf KOs? Can receivers have a counter to it, like an ability that will maybe have maybe not every time, but they will have a chance to ignore the KO? Because let's just be honest. There are some receivers that even through Jay Jettis, through some DBs, like three people in traffic, they will still hang on to the ball. So, and that was evident in the Bills game. I think it was 2 years ago. It was 2 years ago when he made that catch on 4th down and 30 versus the Kirk Cousins and the Bills. Right, that was a crazy game. So my big thing in general is just saying like there are some abilities that you still need to address. Like I think it's just way too like for example, I heard edge threat not even work this year. Can you figure out a way to code the game to make edge threat come back? Because it should not be unstoppable force, colossus, or bust for pass rush. Or if it's not unstoppable, which really, let's be honest here, again, August to January, you're not getting unstoppable force X factors or charge ups or Colossus or again the Colossus was introduced by the Super Bowl George Karlaftis, but like pass rush is so hard, unless you do some cheesy blitzes from like again what are some of those packages, right? Um 3-3 and all that stuff, right? Nickel over G and all that stuff. So like you should not have to do these double A gap glitches, these glitches to get these pressures. I mean, that's my big thing. Um Strat items, not really bad. Still could do a better job and be a little bit more creative with it. I still think that there was a meta of like, oh yeah, like this is the best one by far. Have some more variation in it. Like just find out, how you gonna do it. I don't know. Figure it out. Like that's your game company. It's your product. Like I saw these from last year into this year. I don't want to see Sprinter again used next year. Like I want to see different updated strat items from year to year. Um, AKA is something that was very overpowered for AKA Cruise Y2K, especially because the AKA promo almost went all year. So I am a fan of the AKA promo only because I feel like without AKAs, well, first of all, let's just say one thing. The Combine X Factors were the first X Factors to be on the rest of the game. So from August to like February, August to March 1st, we only had AKAs on, off, on, off. So, like, to be fair, it's not that OP because, again, it's on, off. And also, you pay AP for it most times than not. So I'm a fan of AKA X Factors, and because you only have three on offense, three on defense. Where I cross the line is where again you have it the entire game. Like you should not have that until at least March, April. And the reason why I'm okay with it then is only because by then you gotta add more diversity to the game, more strategy to the game, and do I have what's that one that William Perry had? Momentum shift. Do I have a momentum shift? Do I not turn off the do I not this that, so it adds more strategy in March, April, May where Madden's more of a chess match than anything. As for sets and promos, I really enjoyed this year. I really enjoyed the gameplay actually. Still a lot of gun bunch. I mean, geez. A lot of RPOs. Like if I had sum up offense, I would say offense was pretty much gun bunch offset. Double post, four verts still. If you're running the ball, still stretches and RPOs. But I would still say that like I'd rather have that than the gun tight. Gun tight was so annoying for those cover beaters. And then for defense, definitely no man coverage. Definitely a lot of cover three and a lot of just loop blitzes. Like that free safety sky blitz and all that stuff. Like again, I thought this year's meta was pretty weak, but still heavily used. So I still think like previous years, EA Sports, you need to go out there and you need to make changes to the meta with title updates more frequently. Like at least once a month. I saw it once every other month or every 3 months. It just can't happen. You have to address things when you can and sooner than better. But again, I really had no problem with promos. I still think that, some promos were delayed and a little bit better. In terms of like again, sets are fine because I like how they're any overall. That was a huge win this year by far for the team. I do miss the BNDs back, but again, by it being any overall, it makes more cards hold value for a longer time for resale value. And in that case, I'm in. Last thing is the objectives and also just the field passes in general. They can still do a better job at not making things copy and paste. Copy and paste from season 4, season 5, but instead of making it right here, Drew Brees, Lane Johnson, whatever, we're gonna make it these 4 cards. Instead of season 6 option pack, it'll be a season 7. Like you gotta just do something different. Because time and time again, some of these rewards get annoying and boring. So keep it fresh, keep things a little bit more smooth. It's all a dream list for this game. Give me your thoughts on what you want to change, and overall, from an ultimate team perspective, those are things I want to see different.